let's start off with Donald Trump just to get him out of the way. I will be honest with you guys, this man disgusts me. And I'm not much of a political person. When it comes to Donald Trump, I do basically just read the headlines. I don't get into the details of Donald Trump just because I'm so disappointed that America elected him as our new president. And I did see throughout the campaign, I did see where Russia basically was wanting Donald Trump to win the presidency so they could manipulate him and play him like a puppet. And it's come out in the news today, the reason they're able to manipulate him is because they have either a sex tape or some type of intelligence that indicates he rented a hotel room while he was in Russia. He stated he was in Russia with the Miss Universe pageant. He was there with the Miss Universe pageant and he was so disrespectful. He hired prostitutes. This is not safe for children, by the way. But he hired prostitutes to urinate in the bed that Michelle Obama and Barack Obama had previously slept in. Just let that sink in. This is the next president of the United States. This is who people voted into office. He held a news conference earlier today where he went ballistic on a reporter from BuzzFeed, allegedly, that he blames for spreading the rumor about the alleged Russian hack report on him.
It's a disgrace what took place. It's a disgrace. And I think they ought to apologize to start with. Michael Cohen.
Sir, since you're attacking us, can you give us a question? No, Mr. President-elect.
Go ahead.
President-elect,
Go ahead.
Since you are attacking our news organization,
not you.
Can you give us a chance?
Your organization.
You are attacking our news organization.
Your organization.
Can you give us a chance to ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can you state,
Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
go ahead.
Can you state
She's asking a question. Don't be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
You're attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not appropriate.
Do I believe it? Yes, I think it's very possible. This man is so disrespectful, and I think it's very possible that he would hire women to do this just to satisfy his own disgusting desires. All right, next, Apollo Nida has a sex tape. Okay, this is all alleged. I'm gonna say this is alleged, even though I do believe it. But Fameolous has said a couple times that there's a sex tape of Apollo Nida, and not the woman that he's engaged to, Shireen Al-Mufti, but another woman who is basically threatening to release the sex tape. And the woman says in this text message, if you wanted to sell a story and get paid, I could have sold our sex story from day one and sex tape, but you know I'm not for the spotlight, LMAO. That poor lady you're engaged to don't have a clue about you. Phaedra got kicked you. This should be good. Good luck, my friend. And then there's a small insert of Apollo. And you guys know Apollo was up to no good in the last days of his marriage to Phaedra. And by the way, Phaedra and Apollo are divorced. I've done 2 videos on this. Phaedra and Apollo are legally divorced, but the reason he's not accepting the divorce is because he feels that the assets were not divided equally and fairly in the divorce. So he's asking the judge to throw out the previous divorce, which was already made final, and to go through this whole process again so that the assets and the child custody agreement can be redone. He says because he didn't have legal counsel for Phaedra's divorce and wasn't even aware that the divorce was happening, he deserves a second trial. Phaedra did advise him, and she sent him the divorce petition, but he chose to ignore it. And so that's why the case went on without him, because he chose to ignore it. I also haven't mentioned on my channel, which you guys have probably seen in the blogs, that there's a sex tape that has been released. I believe it's a snippet, but there's a snippet with Alexis, Sky, and Fetty Wap. And like I said before, I don't keep up with rappers, but it is making headlines because Fetty Wap is accusing Alexis Sky of releasing it, and Alexis Sky is accusing Fetty Wap of releasing it. It's his fault if it got released because it was in his phone, and either he released it or somebody who had access to his phone released it. That's what it sounds like to me. And in case you missed it news, which is a new segment I think I'm going to be adding to my videos, I want to mention that Dylan Ruth got the death penalty for the massacre in South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina. He will be facing the death penalty, which I think will be by lethal injection. And by the way, check out Ratchet Today. I'll leave a link below. I don't know if I'm saying his channel name right, but he did do a video on this if you want more details. Also, Hidden Figures beat out Rogue One in the box office. Ray J is suing Big Brother if they don't let him back on. Basically, he had an abscess tooth. He was in a lot of pain in his mouth, and the producers pretty much ignored him for 1 to 2 days until the other cast members kind of got behind him and refused to record until he got to see a dentist. And on the way to the dentist, he actually fainted from the pain, and they kicked him off the show. But he threatens to sue them if they don't let him back on the show. So my prayers go out to Ray J. I hope they do let him on the show because he's up to win $1 million. Kelly Price is singing the national anthem at the fight between Soulja Boy and Chris Brown, which will now be held in Dubai. And Jamie Foxx is a complete fool.
Word is out, man. I know y'all heard about this shit, man, and I saw some videos. I just want to address what happened on Saturday, man. From my perspective, all I was trying to do, man, was keep my eye on things, man. You know, I was just trying to keep my eye on things, and I'm just with y'all, man. Everybody's good. Listen, 2017, we don't want no violence. We don't want to get hurt, and we don't want nobody hurt. But what? Look, if you want to see me whoop my ass, you know what you can do. Come check me Friday the 13th, Sleepless. Go see your boy kick ass for real.
All right, you guys. Thanks for watching.